Hi, my grade 12s, my fellow YouTubers and subscribers. Thank you for subscribing, guys. I'm truly and eternal grateful. This is Teacher Party. So I just figured out today we need to get into business. So I've been doing so much of introductory remarks in terms of how to get the distinction in accounting. So today we're getting into business. So please like, subscribe, share the video content, call your friends to subscribe, your neighbors to subscribe, your colleagues to subscribe, your mom's colleagues, your dad's colleagues, your cousins, like Wonko Mondu. Let them subscribe to this channel. It's getting fuller by the day with resources to help you succeed in your metric. So if you want the slide, just send me an email. Just send me an email. I'll just type it at the end of the presentation. Okay, send me an email, but the resource is for sale. I'm selling the slide at a very reasonable price. So do send me an email. Okay, so mastering corporate governance. So remember grade 12s, your paper 2. I think in the IB world, your paper 2 is going to have corporate governance. Also, in the NSC, you will have lots and lots of corporate governance, like lots of it. You're going to have loads and loads of corporate governance. So you need to master this. Most of you struggle in corporate governance because it's not something you see in your everyday life. As a student, your everyday life is full of your immediate surroundings, what you're exposed to. So if you don't have social capital on people who live in this world, who can explain what this means to them in their everyday life, sometimes you are just doomed for disaster in answering this question. So I'm here to bridge the gap, because when I was doing my metric, we're not really asked. That was way back in the Bundes, guys. Remember I said I'm a fossil. That was way back. We are not even asked about corporate governance. The time I met corporate governance, I was already at university and I could not get a thing. I could not comprehend what the lecturers were trying to ask, because guess what? I never saw it in my everyday life. And at that time, internet was still a privilege. It was a real privilege. It was not as accessible as it is to you. Even cell phones were a privilege. Computers, you had to go to the school's computer lab, which is the university's computer lab. You had to book an appointment to use a computer lab, and you could only use it for certain hours. And that time we didn't even know the search engines. So yeah, guys, you can imagine. So corporate governance was such a disaster. So if you go to the library, they used to have outdated corporate governance textbooks. The ones that were most recent, you used to rent them out, and we never stood a chance to. We used to borrow them, and then we never stood a chance to get them because we were competing with students who were doing public administration who needed those more than us as the accounting students. So you can get the picture. Now you can master this with the resources that are available in your internet, even if you don't have the social capital. Let's get back into business. Um, you will get, as I've highlighted, you will get the corporate governance questions, both in your IEB and in your government question papers for metric. You will get it. Now, guys, I must explain to you the context on which the question is asked. It's not going to be apologetic because you are not exposed to the certain public company surroundings. They're not going to be apologetic about that and say, oh no, because you're not exposed to this, we're not going to ask the question. They're going to ask it. They're going to ask it in a fair way that they expect you, that your teacher should have prepared for you, should have prepared you to answer the question. In that extent, if you feel like you're not prepared enough, Teacher Party is here to help, and the internet is there for you guys. Take advantage of the internet. Okay, so what do you need to know in order for you to excel in corporate governance questions? Number one, you must read the King report. Now, guys, I know you grade 12s. I know you. I've been teaching now for a while. I know you. You don't like reading. Guys, you have to develop a stomach to read. The muscle to read. Now, these reports are too much. They range from 400 pages, 200 pages. You need to know them. There's no excuse for you not to know them. Guys, I'm doing this video. It's the month end of March, the last day of March. You're writing somewhere in October. Like, really, you can cover 200 pages. Now, don't stress. Don't think like, yo, ma'am, you are killing me. I am not killing you. I am here for you. How do you learn this in a day? Like, how would you learn 200 pages in a day, in a couple of hours? Easy. You convert the PDF document into an audio. Then you listen to it like you're listening to music, to your favorite tunes, your favorite vibes, you know. Now you are vibing with the King report. Guys, how cool is that? Okay. I know some of you are saying, now, if Mem says it's cool, guys. So listen to your King report. Now you must listen to the latest. So you can't listen to the King 1, King 2, King 3. Those have been updated with King 4. So you must listen to King 4. I've given you the link. So tap that link. It will direct you to a free resource on King report. Okay. If you do not know how to convert, try Zamza. Just Google PDF to MP3. It will show you the free websites where you can convert a PDF documents into MP3. I know the popular one is Zamza. I know also if you've got the most recent laptops, they have an option for you to have a robot read for you the content. So please, guys, do that. Same for the Companies Act. It's a very big document. It's very big, but you need to know it, especially if you're going to be answering the big questions on companies and analysis of financial reports. The theory questions they ask, they come from King Report and the Companies Act. When they ask you a theory question on share issue, if you have not listened to the Companies Act, I think I said report, apologies for that. If you have not listened to the Companies Act of 2008, you're going to struggle, my grade 12s. This knowledge doesn't fall off the tree. You need to learn it. And also, I cannot emphasize enough for grade 12s to go to the JSE listed entities. Let me just try and see in my book. Go into JSE listed entities. I've just shown you the list of JSE listed entities, and there's many retailers that are listed. Go and look for, I'm just picking up on this one. Go to the website of this company. Go to the website of this company and look for something called, maybe let me try it for you guys so that I don't leave you hanging. Let's just copy this. You go to investors, you go to financial results, or let's try annual reports. You take the most recent. So this is your financial reports. So go through this, guys. Read this, convert it into MP3. Listen to this. You see what it says? This is all the reports you need to know. Your debtors, investors, capital risk management. You will develop the vocabulary you need to answer a company analysis question. So I'm going to try another company. It's also listed. It says Maybe we use. Uh-huh. There we go. See? That's the integrated reporting. So learn to, you see, it's out of 133 pages, my fellow grade 12s. You'll feel like, no, it's too much, ma'am. Convert this into MP3 and listen to the chairman's report, the CFO's report, the social ethics report, the remuneration committee report. You want to listen to all those because you're going to get questions that are asking you about that in your grade 12 exam, and you need to have the necessary vocabulary. Remember, it's not your teacher who is marking the grade 12 questions that you have answered. It's a teacher that doesn't know you, that is following a memo. So if a memo is that technical, so there's nothing that marker can do to save you. So you have to speak the technical language they expect. Okay, let's just go to, okay, let's go back to the slide. So I said you must learn King Report, you must learn the Companies Act, you must also learn, guys, VAT and SARS income tax for companies. I cannot reiterate this enough. You need to know what is exempted, what is not exempted, what is VATable. You need to know this because your VAT questions, they are still part of your governance. The tax part in accounting is not companies trying to be so involved. No. That's the latter part. The first part is that tax is law. Whether you like it or not, a company has to pay tax to the government. So it's governance. So learn the rules that are prescribed for VAT, the prescribed rules for SARS income tax. So guys, if you don't apply this, there is no amount of memo that can help you in answering the questions that will come, because governance questions, they are not like you preparing a financial statement that you can sort of play with numbers and get away with murder. Governance questions are more context related. They are more content related. So if you miss the content and the context, you're already out. So that's why I'm warning you guys that this is a one-line advice, but I promise you it will save you lots and lots of unnecessary failures. Okay, so I've already shared this with you guys, that you must convert the PDF into MP3. So I was just giving you here 2 or 3 questions that are most popular. You will get director's proxy, the voting right, also on share buybacks, share issues, capital infrastructure investments. You will get, yes, it's grade 12 accounting, and you're getting that. And you'll get ethics regarding exorbitant prices, ethics in ethics in a chairman wanting to also be the CEO wanting also to be the chairman of the board. You need to know those things, guys, and what's the repercussions of that. The powers of the board, you will get this in this question, in the past question papers. And most importantly, your past question papers, they'll be having 10 to 13 marks on corporate governance. Your task, the task that you get, which is part of your portfolio grade 12, it will have almost 30 marks, testing your theory and understanding of your corporate social responsibility, your governance issues, your ethics. So if you think this is a small question, you can manage to lose marks, look at throughout the year, how they put this question in your assessment. It does add value at the end of the year. So once you have listened to King Report, to the SARS documents, to the Companies Act, to the integrated reporting, tackle the past papers on the governance topics for both IAB and the government question papers. Look at the question. Most of you, you're not gonna even comprehend. I'm not undermining your intelligence. I'm just stating that sometimes the social capital is not there for you to even understand what they are trying to ask, even though you can read the English, but the context becomes far-fetched. So read the question, because you're still practicing for your December exams and your assessment. Read the question and then go and Google, not Google, man. I've given you the links or where you'll find these documents. Open the document, type the verb in a document, the verb of the question. For example, they'll ask, what is your opinion on the director refusing to vote in an AGM? So you go to Companies Act and write voting. You go to the King Report, write voting. It's going to give you many paragraphs that talk about voting, the capacity, those who are given, the shares that allow you to vote. Then you can make quick notes on that. Go back to the question. Give now your own verdict on the director refusing to vote. Sometimes these questions are not cast in stone. They are not a yes or no. It's a substantiating type of question. You must provide evidence for whatever decision you are advising the director to do. So just give supporting evidence for that. So you need, if you're saying yes, you support the director in not voting in the AGM, you must give technical answers according to the laws in place and the ethics in place that allows the director to do so or not to do so. Grade 12s, don't look at the memo before you answer the question. It's going to make the matters worse. You're going to feel like you know nothing when you are looking at the memo and you can't even comprehend what the memo is trying to say. This is governance. You can't cram it because it changes with every context. So try to understand the principles that are there in place. So make a habit of reading integrated reports for all JSE listed companies. At business reports, as an accountant, you must know business reports. You must know what is happening in the listed companies. Sometimes if you don't want to read, you can listen to business radios or there's some that do radio on your Power FM. There is a business slot that they will be talking about the movers in the JSE, the most selling shares and all that. Even Kaya FM, these radios, they do have a business report show. Learn to listen to that. Listen to the commentators. You're gonna get the vocabulary you need, and it might even spark an interest on you on how to invest in shares, obviously with the advice of a financial advisor. I'm not one. So guys, thank you, Excel. More this exam, make it a point you hlasela this exam, and all the best, guys. Goodbye.